Castilla is sat with the rest of the sport's mere mortals in economy. However, on February 24, 2001, the Portuguese footballers found themselves side by side on the same metaphorical flight. It was an under-15 match for Portugal against South Africa. Castilla, a young midfielder from Vitoria, was representing his country for the first time. So was Madeira's national treasure Ronaldo, and a goal in the 2-1 victory was a sign of things to come. But besides equally chiseled physiques in their late 30s, that is where the similarities end. Ronaldo would go on to become Portugal's greatest ever player, and one of the best ever to play the game. Even at 39, the former Real Madrid and Manchester United sensation still captains his country and continues to break records. Castilla, meanwhile, quit football at the age of 25 and launched a dream career in aviation. Now 39 himself, the former midfielder is a passionate flight attendant, and José Mourinho has been among his passengers. Castilla told Mace Football in October, football in the lower divisions is very physical. It started to bring me problems. I was constantly injured. When I saw that I was no longer going to reach a high level, that I was unable to do so, I made the conscious decision to leave. Many let themselves be dragged along too late. You even had legitimacy for that to believe, because I had a very promising start. But when I realized that it wasn't going to be as good as I thought, I focused on other solutions. Castilla failed to break into Vitoria's first team, making only 2 senior appearances, although he was part of the squad which won the Portuguese Cup in 2005. He made 13 international appearances for Portugal's various youth teams, working his way up to the under-20s, but quickly fell into the country's lower leagues at club level. After stints at Rio Maior, União Montemor, Juventude Avora, Opera Rio Lagoa and a season in the 4th division of Spain, Castilla called it quits in 2011. He added, "I started working here for another insurance company, Mafre, for 4 years, in the field of travel assistance. In the meantime, Marco Lenka, also a former player, challenged me to something that had always piqued my interest: aviation. I love to travel, discover contrasting realities like São Tomé and Príncipe or New York, where I was recently, and then return to our Portugal. It is a career that excites me, although I was away from the company for 2 years before returning permanently. Aviation isn't Castilla's only professional passion. He is also a real estate enthusiast and briefly switched paths during the pandemic." He continued, "I had occasional contracts which used to become permanent. It was like that for ages. But for the first time at the time of COVID-19, that did not happen. My contract ended and I left. It was at that time that I discovered real estate, which was a breath of fresh air. I always liked dealing with people. I did it for 2 years and will continue to do it from time to time, but I never stopped missing aviation. So when they invited me back, now joining the ranks, I immediately said yes." Despite previously sharing the same stage as Ronaldo, Castilla admits that he is barely recognized these days. And he likes to keep it that way. "And before COVID I brought José Mourinho, who is even from my area. But I'm no longer recognized as I used to be in the early years, and I'm reserved in that respect. I never say I was a football player." Reflecting on his football career, Castilla remains filled with pride over that fated day he shared with Ronaldo. And rather than considering himself a failed footballer, the former midfielder feels like a lucky man. He said, "I think that the most emblematic moment of his career was really the first game for the national team in the under-15s. Even today I get goosebumps when I hear the anthem." Of course, it becomes even more emblematic because Cristiano Ronaldo also made his debut that day, although we were far from knowing how far he would go. At the time, he was a much more virtuous player and was already on a much higher level than the others. He added, "Deep down I feel privileged. I had the opportunity to play football, and we have to be aware that it is not for everyone. It is not easy to make a career in football. I prefer to see the glass half full. Nowadays I am privileged, lucky, because I have another dream profession. One day, Ronaldo will have to come to terms with life beyond professional football." The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner is still scoring for fun in the Saudi Pro League, bagging 55 goals in 56 games since joining Al Nassr in 2023. However, his continued presence on the international stage was questioned during a forgettable Euro 2024. Ex-Portugal boss Fernando Santos sparked a media storm by dropping Ronaldo at the 2022 World Cup, but current manager Roberto Martinez was deeply criticized for not doing the same in Germany. Ronaldo ended the tournament with no goals from 23 shots, the most attempts of any player in the competition at the time of Portugal's quarter-final exit. The football icon is yet to give any indication about when he will retire from the international or domestic game. Then on his recent holiday, Ronaldo was ramping up his physical preparations for the new Saudi Pro League season, which begins on August 11th. A conversation with his old teammate Costinha may persuade him that life on the other side is not all that bad. Cristiano Ronaldo's return to Manchester United in 2021 sent shockwaves throughout the footballing world. Sold more of his jersey during the 2021-22 campaign than any other Premier League player's best-selling season over the past 5 years, according to the global digital sports platform recently revealed the top-selling Premier League player shirts during this period. Ronaldo topped the list ahead of some of the big-money arrivals to English football in recent years, including Manchester City-eccentric bizarrely named England World Cup winner, as hero alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. The Norwegian goal machine saw the biggest sales of his number 9 shirt in his debut season in England, after joining in 9th place, with fans most eager to bear his name on their backs in 2021-22, when he scooped the PFA Young Player of the Year award. Rashford's number 10 strip was in high demand in 2022-23 as the Englishman recorded his best season in front of goal, hitting 30 goals across all competitions. Manchester City's trio Jack Grealish, Erling Haaland and Phil Foden were all popular choices among fans in the last 5 years, had the 7th best-selling shirt, with his number 7 jersey being most coveted by fans in 2021-22, after winning the Premier League Golden Boot alongside Salah. Al Nassr's preseason is nearing its final stage. The team, led by Cristiano Ronaldo, is wrapping up its preparation, gearing up for a new season in the Saudi League. As they finalize preparations for their last friendly match before the start of official competition, CR7 was surprised by the presence of a global soccer star, who came by to extend his greetings. After a competitive preparation tour in the United States, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City has returned to the old continent. It was actually a player from the City squad who visited the training facility where Al Nassr is currently preparing. The player who warmly approached Ronaldo and his teammates was none other than star Erling Haaland. The Norwegian forward not only exchanged a few words with CR7, but also had a heartfelt chat with Sadio Mane, his former Premier League rival when Mane was wearing Liverpool colours. As they wrap up the toughest part of their pre-season in southern Spain, the Arab side is preparing for their final friendly match before the start of the Saudi Arabian Pro League. As highly competitive as one can get, Portugal star Cristiano Ronaldo has sounded a warning to his Juventus teammate Adrien Rabiot ahead of the Euro 2020 Championship, which is slated to start on June 12. Portugal begin their title defense against Hungary on June 15 before taking on Rabiot in France on June 23. Termed as the Group of Death, Portugal has been placed alongside Germany, France and Hungary in Group F. The reigning champions, led by Ronaldo, boasts of some big names in the competition like Ruben Dias, Bruno Fernandes and João Felix. They had